episode bit.
There we go. Okay, so there's the audio part of it working. It's their voice. That should do it. Should have done it. I see levels working. Okay. Yep, I know it's working because the captions have started showing up in the Twitch, and it's me talking about dairy. Apparently, there we go.
Perfect.
Yeah, those caption things have never worked.
That's the best part.
You fight like a dairy farmer? No, that's not what I said.
I like to see that the C levels are working, and in the Twitch chat is stalking me, talking about dairy is apparently working, and the Dow.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
High class stream here talking about the Dow.
We're talking. Welcome to the Bloomberg report.
Today we shall do the financial news, we shall do the weather and the traffic and travel.
The money won't invest itself.
The money won't invest itself. Coming to the self-help category? I think Twitch should add a self-help category.
Wouldn't that be in real life?
Coming to a local news channel near you.
It could be in real life, but like in real life versus self-help, like you could almost be like, I'm going to like AMA. What didn't Twitch do an AMA? Like, I'm a psychologist. Ask me anything. I have this problem. Yeah, that could get really dark real fast.
Excuse me, I have 4 nipples. What's wrong with me?
I'm a psychologist. I don't know what you're asking me that about.
Hey, he's right. It's Simmer.
Yes, Punisher. It is Simmer. Because I can say...
It's that way.
And I can say, welcome everyone to either episode 51, or season 2, episode 1, or version 2.1 of the Game Won't Play Itself podcast. It's up to you. And we're going to let you decide this throughout the show, and then afterwards, that's what we're going to go forward with for this year. And joining me, as always, up in that corner on his own, with his huge screen for you all to see his lovely, lovely face, it's James Atkinson.
I host the stream. I get the biggest box. That's just how I justify it.
And like two levels up there,
he's always in the top right corner. Episode 24, by the way. That's when it started.
Is that long? Wow.
I had to watch all of them.
So Gates and Rain and Brain, the rating is like every time you sleep that. Oh, there's Hagelman right up there. But yeah, joining us up there, as always, it's our friend and yours, the lovely Hagelman.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
And sort of in us is like a little sandwich, thick whippy sandwich right in the middle.
Oh yeah. Making a guest sandwich.
With extra beard.
That good old Hergen lard sandwich.
I can just reach up and just
tickle his beard.
Yep.
Hey, would it be in between an iron brew sandwich?
Yeah. Oh, great, keep passes that.
There you go.
Cheers! I picked one up there. Mysteriously, though, it's changed into something else.
Don't worry, I have the real version right here.
I lift it up and it turns into a bottle when Chris gets it.
I know, right? It's like, hang on.
It stretches out a little bit, there's a little bit of space-timey stuff going on, but I mean, let's be honest, Iron Brew's shipping specialty is quite phenomenal, getting it across the seas in such a quick, speedy time. Please sponsor us.
See, the big thing with Iron Brew, and that's the big thing. It's just like that's the thing. It's about how everything's bigger in America. It's a can in England, but the second you transition to America, it just gets bigger and becomes a bottle. It's just science.
Yep.
Proven fact.
It's that time travel. Yeah, because that time travel with it. It's just like
exactly.
It's that blue ISO container it went in.
It's actually going back
on the inside. Yeah,
it's going back in time. Remember, it's going because you're sending the Iron Brew back in time.
This is true. It slows up as it ages. like an episode of Doctor Who almost. When you're in a big building or big ship and it goes down into a black hole. Oh wait, spoilers.
I've not seen this season yet, so shh.
Mr. Smith says Simmer's the meaty filling. I
The
don't know how I
meaty
feel
filling.
about that.
What meat would I be?
The delicious kind.
And that voice you hear is Desktop Cinema. Welcome, matey.
Hello. Hi there, everyone.
I better introduce myself, really, because I didn't do that. It's Lord Tea Maker, aka Will McKellar. I know, it's almost like I forgot. But on this new second year of the game won't play itself, we have our usual stuff of we have some news stories. We're going to be talking about, what we've been playing. And also we're going to be talking some absolute rubbish and ranting, as you know and love from us. So we might as well get started, really. And it's all good news. It's all good news this week, which is I like. And I'll start off with one of the really, really big news this week was Nintendo decided to let everyone know that they are releasing the new SNES Mini for September 29th. And it went on pre-order in the UK on Amazon and Game and sold out really, really quickly. And the biggest surprising news out of that is, guess who pre-ordered one? Yep. It's put James in shock. It's like, you? Nintendo? What's going on here? What?
Well, what's more shocking, you pre-ordering an SNES or me owning a Switch?
Considering how much you went off on a Switch, it's like
Neither.
But how many?
Me ordering a console. That would be so.
Yeah.
How many's got the most games so far? There's 18 on that little NES, isn't there?
I have the most games.
Or 20.
21, because you include Star Fox 2 with that. Because you have to just complete the first level of Star Fox and it will unlock. Which is a game that they cancelled right at the last minute, even though the game was completed. So they decided to include that on this as a nice little sort of, here you go. Take it. We want your money. Come on. Give us the money. Come on. Just a little bit. Just let us tease it from your wallet. Come on. Just tease. Just a little tease. So, but yeah, it's actually come down in price to like 70 quid now. Even though you wouldn't believe that with on eBay with like 250 quid some of them selling. But I'm going to ask yourselves and in chat as well, are you thinking of getting one?
I own one.
Are you the original, don't you?
No, I own this a thing called SNEX 9. Which may or may not be a program that I can run on my computer that lets me run all of Super Nintendo games using this fancy controller right here. I know it's kind of weird, right? I'm playing Super Nintendo games on a desktop computer using a Microsoft controller.
I do the exact same thing.
I know.
Yeah.
It's kind of great.
I've got somewhere in that shelf behind me a Raspberry Pi, and I keep meaning to retroize it basically with Sega, Nintendo, and even Jaguar if I can. Games I used to play. Have I got round to doing this? No. Not yet.
That's
1 year in the making.
That's the mantra of this channel. The third mantra, which is actually the sixth mantra. It is. Have we gotten around to it? Probably not.
Probably not.
So we know it's there. We have the idea. It's in theory and in practice. We're going to do it. It's just.
I look at it this way. It's on the Kanban board. It's on the Kanban board. Which first thing on the Kanban board is to get a Kanban board.
Done. We got one.
Right
It's
It's not up.
It's not up.
But we have one.
It's in R&D. We're workshopping it right now.
I have one right over there, and I have one hiding behind the desk, and the one behind the desk is the Take Wookies one because, it keeps my feet from going out from behind my desk. It's really
Mine is on the computer. I don't remember the last time I logged into it. I know it's there. I think it was like edit episode 15. That got done. It's 15 exists. It's out. Audio versions of it done. So I completed that one, but the episode 50 coming soon. Coming soon
to a podcast location near you.
Exactly.
And the Mrs. Smith wants an N64 Mini to be made, which I'm guessing this going to happen. Let's be honest.
They're all going to happen. The only thing that'll be a mini that'll be a bit too far will be the Game Boy. It'll be like
the Game Boy minuscule. Go, you have to actually use a magnifying glass to see it. It's like,
yes, the Game Boy tweezers. But why don't they just do like Sega do one that plugs in that has the capability of all Sega games, or you can download them, or you can buy whatever, as well as for Nintendo and other formats, rather than just one that only has so many games on and then that's it.
You mean almost like a Retron 5?
Money.
Yeah. They want
They
money.
get
not
more
themselves.
money. Just think about all the money they get for the games.
Well, here's the thing: they don't have to change the production cost to make more copies of the same thing, and then just put different games on it. All they have to do is add new software, which is economic genius, but awful.
And speaking of that,
this standpoint,
yeah,
good on you guys. That's brilliant. But from a gamer standpoint, an ethical standpoint,
go suck one.
which all the shareholders go, hang on. So there you go.
They unfurl like bizarre tentacles.
And then you look and go,
loaded down by the money that's directly injected into their bloodstream.
And then the first thing you think of is that I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Why are they all prehensile?
Oh, this is gonna hurt so much. Speaking of other consoles and things, Punisher would say he'd like the Dreamcast Mini.
Now that's one console. I'm going to fess to two things here. I have not played the Dreamcast or any Nintendo other than Game Boy. The first time I touched a SNES and a NES was at last year at EGX.
Wow. Now, I do have a confession as well, which some people already know about, but I have never played the Zelda game.
Neither have I. I had one on the Game Boy, and actually, it was my brother's, but I never played it.
On an official capacity, I've never played one. On an emulator capacity, I've played a couple.
That's cheating.
Yeah, no, that's why I had to include. I had it separated. So if you count cheating as playing, then sure. But if not, then no.
I count it. It's there. It's a physical. It's in that form for you to play it. So I count that. I just haven't gone that emulator route because people haven't linked me yet. plug. Hint. Oh wait, no. From an official standpoint, never said that.
Said what?
Exactly. So
it's never going to get recorded, so you'll be all right. All of a sudden, I know why James is missing. He's going to be behind me.
Oh, here's. Hello.
Your turn in the basement, Simmer.
Again.
And we have a confession in the chat from the Mr. Smith. Sadly, Peter already know about this and are en route to my address. So, the
You
next
play
piece.
Pokemon? That's illegal.
You're making them evolve by force. How
I,
dare you, you monster!
You're pelting them with rocks until they're better? What's evolution?
What sort of evil madman are you?
Go and play violent games like Quake with blood and guts everywhere.
Yeah, but only humans can be harmed there. That's fine.
Oh, that's okay. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh
And
wait, so
demons. But what about demons' rights?
Demons have rights. They're animals. They're not humans. They must be animals or fungi. But we don't count fungi, so they're animals.
so that means that when I pulled the spine out and whacked it in the face with his own spine, I'm in trouble with Pete for that.
No. So long as it's a human.
Well, it kind of looks human, I guess.
It's got 2 arms, 2 legs. Close enough.
Yeah, the T-Rex arms are like.
By the way, I brought with us our brand new second sponsor, a delicious beverage maker known as Moxie.
Better
I
step
don't have
up
a
your game
pork pie
on,
here.
Brew.
Just fingers like a pork pie there or something. I don't know.
Oh,
Lovely.
that exploded.
So let's move on to our next piece of good news then. Into the good news that we have here. Now, as you would see above us, right, there's that little button up there with subscribe on it, which the affiliates got this week, and it made some people salty. The partners salty on Reddit. It's like, oh, okay. But to me, like, I don't get their problem because they knew this was coming. They knew it was going to happen. So why are they getting salty now? It's not as if they're losing out.
They're getting salty now because there are people who are unsubbing from big channels who are now dispersing that money amongst smaller channels that they like more.
Which is their prerogative. But that's their prerogative.
I believe we live
They
in a
don't
free
own
market.
people. They don't own it. They don't own those subscribers.
No.
And that's what they're getting salty with. It's like, oh, you're taking it away from me. It's like, well, it's not yours to begin with. It's theirs to give to you.
Exactly.
Dirty feckers. But yeah, I like the fact that the one thing they did originally say was we're only supposed to be getting the 1 tier of the $4.99 sub. However, we're getting the 4, which is the Twitch Prime, the $4.99, the $9.99, and the $24.99, which means we get emotes for each one, well, of the paid ones rather than the Twitch, which is nice. Which is very nice, in fact.
Which I need to work on my emotes because.
You just sort of.
I'm just trying to think now. What would I have as an emo?
That right there is my problem. I don't know how to make a good spider. That's the only thing I can think of is spiders are the hardest enemy in the game. Because it's the only thing that I say like on a very frequent common basis.
We should have
An
yourself.
iron brew bottle.
Well, the side of it is tea whippy instead. You know, I do have ideas for my free. I've already got my first one, which, for considering people were saying it can take up to 5 days for this to clear, my first emote took 2 hours tops for them to pass and go, yep, fine, go for it.
It fluctuates. It seems like their clearing is like it builds up a queue and then they check a whole bunch of them at a time and like make sure that that's fine for each of them. So that's what it seems like because I've had stories of again 5 days to a couple hours to next day. So I think it's just stacking up into a queue and they're cycling that way.
All right. That's cool though. That's at least it's not too bad. I mean, I guess it depends how many people submitted it at the same time. I mean, my emote that I have at the moment is already in the chat now, done by the wonderful Christopher Beanhead, who I've already spoken to about the NX2 emotes. So if people are crazy enough to actually go and sub $9.99 and $24.99 to my channel, you'll get those as well, which is like weird and rather nice and excited feeling, but it's just like crazy how people would want to do that for us. But no matter, it's the next step is still to come though, because we're also getting ad revenue soon. So take off those ad blockers and just spend 30 seconds of your time to just give people free money, basically, so you don't have to spend it. And good evening, abs.
And we're not legally allowed to tell you to click those ads to give us the money, because that's how the ad system functions. We're legally not allowed to tell you that specifically.
Just in a broad sense.
Hashtag ad no ads. So that would be that one. Right. The next one is kind of I'm excited for, and I did put this one in because I was streaming at the time and people just bombarded me going, have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Like, what? Link me, please link me. I feel left out. Zen Studios this summer bringing Pinball FX free out. And the big news is they are bringing back multiplayer and adding leagues into it. Now, a little birdie told me that there is a chance that Tig Whippy will be getting its own league, run by someone who's well known at running leagues of pinball. So there's the tease for you.
Oh my!
Indeed, it's like it's sort of almost a rubbing of the chest or a tease. So yeah, so that's a good thing, and this new table is going to be bringing up with this when it's released. And if you have Zen Pinball 2 with it, you can get a majority of your tables transferred across to free, for free, which is even better.
That's good.
I'm just wondering what the majority is, though. That's the problem. What have they missed out to begin with, and will they be transferring over as well at a later date?
Would it be? Let me just guess. Anything that's in the flavour of the month, or coming out, or it has just come out, will not be included.
It might well be. The Marvel stuff might be going over. Yeah. We don't know. We shall soon see. But it's I'm looking forward to it, especially if we do get the league going again, because that's another competitive thing that people can join in the community with. And as is proven today, the multi-Twitch streams are very successful. They're very good. You know, they're a lot of fun. They bring some competitive edge to things, and it's tense, but it's a lot of fun. There might be rumors are circulating about getting a Rick and Morty table, which will add to the next bit of news that we have, which is Rocket League are getting Rick and Morty cars or Rick and Morty bits to them. Like, let's have a look. Will be available free customized items starting in July 5th. Rick and Morty will be available with antennas, along with Cromulon, Mr. Meeseeks, Mr. PBH toppers, an interdimensional GP rocket boost, and some familiar-looking Sanchez DC-137 wheels.
Oh, no Crumbopulous, Michael.
No, it doesn't look like it, no.
I have never seen Rick and Morty, whatever they're bloody well called. I keep meaning to, but something called real life, computer gaming, and other bits get in the way. So it's one of those things. I will probably, then I'll get what you've just said.
Yeah, most of that just went like this over my head. It went.
Crumbopulous Michael is a bounty hunter / the best assassin in the universe who shows up for like one episode.
Rick and Morty is just a bunch of really one-off episodes.
Yeah,
it's really kind of it's a monster of the week kind of a show.
Mm-hmm.
If seen through the eyes of an innocent teenager and his alcoholic, science-driven, crazy grandfather.
Oh, I've got to watch it.
Yep.
Netflix.
AdultSwim.com.
Adult Swim, right. I think I've got the next hour of my life sorted after this.
Because I've never seen it either, and people like Chris Slayton have been saying, "Oh, you've got to watch it, But there's also that cravat that says, like, if you don't like the first episode, then you probably won't like the rest of them.
They change up a bit too, so like it's not a totality. It's not like if you don't like one, you're gonna hate them all. I'd say watch at least a few. Because you'll get the feel generally from the first like few episodes rather than the whole like.
I've seen the Purge episode. That's like the only Rick and Morty episode I've seen.
It's so good.
It is.
I think because they get oddball ones too. Like there's one where I think they're in like the waiting room for an operation, and it's just them watching TV. And it's the guys playing around with like what the universe is in different TV. There's like Die Hard, only everyone is corn, and it's just ears of corn redoing Die Hard, but bad. it's like the voice actors and the writers trying to remake movies from memory and like just trying to redo shit, and there's like just ad-libbing the whole way.
I've got to watch this. I've got to watch this episode. so that's pretty good news, I think, this week. It's better than just doom and gloom that's been happening.
Yeah, Rick and Morty is not available for streaming on Netflix. It is DVD only. So I think you just have to go to Adult Swim's website. But apparently things like it are the Happy Tree Friends and One Punch Man.
This is not inaccurate.
This is not inaccurate.
The closest thing. If you merged those two together.
Pretty much.
Happy Tree Friends. Nice. I used to love watching them. Even though that song, the theme song, was annoying getting into your head. So, there you go. Don't get stuck in your head now. Is that it for news? Do anybody else have any news?
I do. The Dota 2 international qualifiers are ending tonight, and so by the end of, I believe, tomorrow night, we'll have an announcement on who's going to be the internationals official tournament. Just double checking. Yeah, the group stage is to be announced, which I think should be done probably tomorrow or next week for that. The main event is on August 7th, so during that time, I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but it might be Dota.
Okay then.
Yeah.
So,
guys, it is.
It sounds like a punk band, doesn't it?
Dota?
No, the wonderful line in chat.
It was actually the name of my high school ska band.
Yeah.
It's a good name. It was ahead of its time.
It was very ahead of its time. That's why we were just really misunderstood. That was the thing. We were just really misunderstood. It could have led to the.
Stole all your songs and made them pop songs.
I know, really. And the thing is too. No, not only did she steal my songs, she stole my ideas because cage fighting Shia LaBeouf with like a preteen girl was totally my idea for a music video.
That was definitely your idea.
I know, but no, she did that from me.
Dream. It was a very terrified dream.
I know, it was this fever nightmare I had. Just what if Shia LaBeouf fought that girl from that Dance Mom show? That's the thing. Like, that's not even like a fever dream. That's like if you're like, that's like when you're like 5 or 6 beers deep into like the what if fights conversation. Be like, no, dude. What if Shia LaBeouf fought that like Maddie chick, that girl from like Dance Moms? What if they just like fought? It's like after like
Smackdown.
Yeah, it's pretty much like the one guy who's had way too much to drink after you've exhausted the 30-minute discussion of who would win in a fight, Batman versus Superman. It's the break the ice one.
Yeah. The answer, of course, is dependent on how much time Batman had to prepare.
I would just say who's writing it. That's my answer. Who's writing?
I would have said, has Batman got kryptonite? Otherwise, he's stuffed.
Or is the real answer would be are their names Martha?
Neither one can win.
Yeah,
Woman wins.
Wonder Woman. Best part of that movie, hands down.
Really was.
Like just. Oh, this sucked. This sucks. Wonder Woman comes up, just fucking kicks ass for like 15 minutes. I'm like, where was this like the last hour and a half, Nolan? What the fuck? Yeah, so
you just sort of snuck it in. It's like, hang on, this film's gonna suck otherwise. Let's do something about it. Oh, I know, Wonder Woman. Reel her in, you know.
She didn't even wheel her in. She like burst through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man and just like, oh yeah! And then it was like, boom, it happened, and then she left. And then you're sitting there going like, what the fuck? This movie would have been total shit if it wasn't for that 15 minutes. That was just
the thing though, like the build up to her being able to go smash through things was really dumb too, because they treated her like Catwoman.
Yeah.
Like she was very Catwoman-y until she actually had to go fight shit. And I was like, why?
Like, oh, but she's being coy with Bruce, and Bruce is like the ultimate detective. Bruce was just a pissy ass baby the entire time.
He was just very butthurt the entire time.
It was. That like Lex Luthor. I think, as we go into one of our famous tangents, I think that they underutilized Jesse Eisenhorn as Lex Luthor in that movie. I think he could have been, much like Kevin Spacey was in the other as Lex Luthor, so much better of a character. But it was really just like, it's all my masterful plan. It's like they tried to make Lex Luthor the Joker when he wasn't, like by like pitting, like, oh, I'm pitting the two of them against each other. No, you weren't. If it wasn't because Batman was doing anything but being the world's best detective, he was just sitting in his Batcave sulking. That's what he was doing. And then you had drunk Jeremy Irons screaming at him to go out and be something. I'm like, so like the supporting, like, screw this. Let's just push Batman and Superman out of the way. By the way, I think James Cavill as Superman was born to do the role, but has just been bogged down with shitty scripts.
Like he definitely does a good job embodying like the persona.
He looks like Superman. And he embodies the persona. But like, fuck, let's just like put them aside and let's just have like Wonder Woman and Alfred go out and just have that be a movie. Because I just want to see drunk Jeremy Irons like just like supporting Wonder Woman the entire time. How could that not be a bad movie? Like Wonder Woman just kicked
super team. This is Wonder Woman and Alfred. What?
Drunk, salty Alfred. Just like, I just love that scene where like he comes back from like a late night and Alfred's just like, here's your fucking eggs, just throws it at him, just like to eat. Oh, you're drinking again? Oh, look at that. Not like I'm gonna see any grandchildren around here. I'm like, dude, Alfred, way to go, man. Like, trying to put Bruce in his place by like just doing like guilt trip Jewish mom angle, like that is like, way to go. I'm all for you, Jeremy Irons. It's just like Jeremy Irons looked at the script, said, oh, it's gonna be shit, I'm just gonna show up drunk and just say my lines. And favorite part of the movie. So yeah, drunk, yeah, Henry Cavill, yeah, that's he's oh god, he's fucking Martha, man.
I've got to say, I've not seen the films, so thanks for spoilers. But I agree with you. It does look what Superman would look like if you were to take him straight out of the comics. As an actor, you got the right person who moves, from what I've seen, looks like Superman, is Superman.
Yeah, I mean, my embodiment of Superman is All-Star Superman from that run of comics. If you want to read a very good Superman comic, that is probably if not the best one. Considering that, you know, the All-Star comics tend to be a little dodgy because obviously All-Star Batman is written by Frank Miller, and it's where the famous quote "I am the goddamn Batman" came from. So you have All-Star Batman written by Frank Miller, which is we're not going to call him Batman. He's Crazy Steve because that's what he is. He punches cops in the face and like makes weird sexual innuendos about people. Where All-Star Superman is Superman saves the world, but gets over filtered with yellow sunlight, and basically is dying. So it's, what does Superman do with his time left on Earth? Like, he knows he's dying. He knows when he's going to die. He knows his timetable. What does Superman do? And it's just this beautifully written comic about just like what he does with his time left. And I would strongly recommend it. It also has one of the best ending scenes in any comic because of where Superman goes. And I'll find the picture because I can show you the picture without giving away any of the comic. But yeah, All-Star Superman.
Sweet. Because again, it's Batman vs Superman. I never watched because it's Ben Affleck, and I just went, no. Even though he was the fucking bomb in Phantoms.
Yeah, but it's Ben Affleck is not a.
Yeah, no, Affleck, no. Watched Suicide Squad, and I saw him in that, and it's like, yeah, I was right in thinking he's a bit shit. So I was glad I didn't watch Batman vs Superman. But yeah, so that's news. Shall get on with what we've been playing. Yeah, let's do that then. Simmer, as you are not only the meat in the Iron Brew sandwich, you are the guest, so we'll let you go first.
Oh god, what have I been playing? Nothing ultra brand new. You know, big fan of Division at the moment. Been playing that for the last couple of months. I've actually got past level 30 now. It's one of those games, when I first got it, wouldn't work. It didn't work. I was annoyed and then left it. 10 months goes by, mate says, play it, it works now. What? I don't know. Oh yeah, I've got it. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, it was shit. But I've actually liked it. It's not worthy of the hype, but I've liked it. I liked how it works, and I've got on well with the game. And I've got on well with the Dark Zone, bizarrely. I've even streamed a few episodes in there that I've done. What else? Wildlands. Also Tom Clancy, spot a theme. I've not taken to that on the PlayStation at all. It's the control interface just isn't. I am not a controller person. I am one of those persons, the mice. And I've got it for the PC as well. I've enjoyed it as well. But once again, not worthy of the hype. It's a good game, and then that's it. There's nothing spectacular. What else? Doom. Played that now. I have liked that. That's gore violence, and like you say, ripping out the spine, slapping across the faces. I completely forgot about that because you streamed it, lad. And when it happened, when I did it, I went, "Oh my god!" I started laughing my head off, and next thing you know, I'm dead on the floor. You know, you just go, "Crap! I'm in the middle of a war."
They've also streamed it as well over time. It's like recently, Chris has been streaming it.
All of Doom.
All. No, I just thought I'd just get into it and play a few games of it, and thought, oh, quite good. Yeah, it's all right.
Have you seen Dave Nova?
Sorry?
Yeah. Have you seen Dave Nova?
Have you met Dave Nova yet?
No. Dude, not yet.
That's an old callback.
Someone else has been watching the old podcasts as well.
What else have I played? Rocket League. Community nights and a few single. It's better playing as a community than it is on your own, because the other people are with you who are not necessarily linked up in any shape, form, or way. No strategy, no nothing. It's quite funny actually watching, trying to figure out for the first 2 minutes how the hell's everyone playing, and then spend the next 3 minutes. Oh god, I've got to play with these 2 or 3 or what, you know. Mainly kept it towards the hoops as well, because I preferred that game type, as well as Drop Shot, which is a Rocket Leapers game, but you get the practice That's all I'm saying. Whereas in the normal games, you don't get the practice. You don't bother trying Rocket League that much, unless you're really, really good at it and really want to do it. What else have I played? I have played something else. Streets of Rage, or whatever, not Rage. It's available on Steam. Started playing it tonight with Danny Concho, who's been on recently on Tigwippies. That, you think it's a typical top-down, blast the hell out of everything. No, there is stealth. There is tactics you need. Time your attacks and stuff like that. No, you can both coordinate all the missions up and stuff. And I had a good hour and a half blast at that tonight. I actually recommend it if you like those type of games where you need a little bit of cunning, a little bit of retroness. It is really good. So that's been it, really. There has been one other game I've played, and I can't remember because it was the beginning of the week. It's a flight sim game, and I can't remember its name. No, leave it. It's a flight sim game. You'll all be bored. Type thing.
In 5 minutes, you'll just pop and go, it was this, it was this, it was this.
Nah, it was actually. It's oh bloody hell, DCS Simulation, DCS World. I started playing that a little bit long. Hang on, a gorilla with a hand grenade was not stealthy. I was not the gorilla. That was Danny Con. I've not played Elite Dangerous recently for a good couple of weeks, maybe.
A gorilla with a hand grenade. Wait, what? Hang on. We need to
that's it. It's Streets of Rogue. Rogue, sorry. That is, you can choose different classes of player when you start off, and then you start playing the game. Danny Khan decided to be a gorilla. The only problem with the gorilla is that the gorilla can't talk to people, and people can't talk to him in the game. So it's quite, but kicks ass. And he just went around with throwing grenades. He can't actually shoot guns, but he can throw banana peels.
So this sounds like in the Dungeons and Dragons terms that he maxed out all of his flaws and all of his perks. I'm gonna be a 80-year-old sniper with dyslexia and is quadriplegic, but I'm gonna have the highest intelligence and sniping skills there is. But if you're a quadriplegic, how do you shoot the gun? Don't talk to me. I've got it on my character sheet, which means I can do it.
He uses his nose, it's like flicks his head, just like, trying to pull the trigger with his nose. Like, of course, how he aims with that, I don't know.
It was just fun watching Danny Con play, because I thought, this is either going to be insanely overpowered or not. It's just going to be a comical character. But then he just tanked into situations and just blew things up and then walked out again nonchalantly. Whereas I went in with a stealthy character, a thief, and got me arse shot the first sign of trouble. So you're going like, I should have been him.
Wasn't this also Twitch Interactive?
Yes. People can choose your traits and what happens, and then someone decided to vote for having killer robots in the level. It goes around slowly, but is massively overpowered on its killing capabilities. So you just basically, I had Danny Con luring him away most of the time whilst I got on with things. And there was other ones as well. Every 20 seconds, there's a radiation bomb going off, so you have to dart into cover quickly. So it is quite a fun game. The fact that you got this Twitch capability, and that's what I think games need to have more of. No, if you're streaming it, get the audience involved somehow.
Yeah, but I think they still need to do the latency down a little bit for that would really work well, because then they're fully, rather than waiting the 30 seconds to let everyone else do it and then see what they do.
Yeah. Well, we've got the latency down that game. I think it was down to 7 seconds. Now, if I did it on Mixer, Beam, whatever it's called nowadays, it would have been a lot less, and maybe possibly more. But once again, Mixer playing catch up to Twitch on the amount of viewer base. So you would only get so many viewers playing it unless you've directly advertised to all your fan base. There you are. I'm on Mixer as well.
The one issue with that too is that it's something we talked about at length last. It wasn't even on stream last week. It was after the show. Was just about where there may be superior platforms in the sense of latency and upload times and download times, but to me the reason why Twitch right now is a superior platform is that it creates an ability for people to support their favorite people without actually having to throw in actual cash. The fact that you can watch bits for ads, you can use a Prime subscription to sub to whichever one that features as part of already having an Amazon Prime subscription. There's an easier entryway for them being able to support their favorite content creators without without giving them direct money, which I'm fine. People can still donate directly if they feel the need, but the fact that there's a lower cost of entry to support the people that you enjoy is great. You watch an ad, it gives you 5 bits, and it gives that 5 cents to the streamer. You can give that 5 cents directly to that streamer versus you watch the ads on 100 YouTube videos and maybe that streamer will get a penny.
That's if they're lucky. So yeah, that's the thing. That's the big difference. But also the adverts of late have been giving people more than 5 bits.
I got one where it gave me 30.
Yeah, because I know Geo as well has been getting about sometimes like $1 worth of bits from one advert. It's like, how? And he hasn't got the time limit on there for a lot of his either, so he's able to just roll it, which is crazy.
I've seen on some streams, you see at the top of the chat, top cheer, and I've seen 1,000 plus. I'm thinking, wow, that's... When you find out how much that actually cost you in the first place, it's like, do you really like that person that much? And do you do it to other streamers as well? I mean, how much do people spend on bits?
I can tell you.
Yeah,
it's the smartphone thing. Like if you're playing a smartphone game and you say, hey, for 99 cents, you can move on to the next level. Would you? You can just pay 99 cents, you get a speed boost. And that's kind of the thing. Like, they create that low cost of entry. I mean, the minimum you can spend on bit... I can't share my own channel.
Is $1.68 for 100 bits.
Right. And that $1... Was it $1.06 or $1.60?
$1.68.
So the 68 cents goes to Twitch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's probably also... That also probably also covers taxes and processing fees. Your average processing, if we're talking they get a good deal, is probably, we'll say 3%. So 30 cents of that goes to the credit card processor. The other 30 cents of it goes to Twitch. The rest of it, the dollar, goes to the stream. You can then use to go to the streamer. Which, if you break it down that way, that's a pretty good cut.
Yeah. Because the crazy one though is 25,000 bits. For $369.60, and that's even with a 12% discount on it. It's like, why would you spend that much?
It's a way to support.
It's a crazy way to support. Obviously people would be thankful, but
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've just realised the other game that I played World
Browser's
Warships.
right. They have a higher... Yeah. It's the deal thing. And you're seeing it more and more with everything else. You see it with the loot crates and the loot boxes in Overwatch and in Heroes of the Storm. You see it in Justice and everywhere. It's just like, hey, you buy the base amount or like X3, and it came from smartphones, from like getting crystals or buys. You buy one for the 99 cent, but then the more you buy, the more of a deal you're going to get. And if people figure, what did you say? It was 25,000 for 300?
Yeah.
So
369 for 25,000 with 12% discount on that.
okay, so 369.
Because if you use them for the first time, you can also get a discount on like the first. I think it's like 500. Because that's what they got with me doing that the first time. I mean, it's
a good deal because if you look at it's a 1-to-1 ratio, right? Like 1 bit equals a penny.
Yeah.
25,000 was it 200? That's $250.
Yeah.
And then so it's 369.
Yeah.
So that tells you that shows you what their credit card processing is. And they're breaking that in. I would be looking at this right now, but I can't because I can't look at our own chat. All right, so browser, thank you. You're helping us here because this is good. You probably spent about $100 in bits, so I could just get the badge. It makes more out of the stream, and it makes you stand out more to the streamer or subs. Exactly. It's that's not a bad thing to get if you want the badge, if you want to do all that. It makes perfect sense to do that. And especially with the larger streamers that have a larger community, it helps those people stand out. It's kind of the notice me senpai. And what's a good way for senpai to notice you or to show that prestige, like, hey, I've been here since year one. I've followed this person since the beginning days. This is my badge of honor because I've helped support them. And you become, and that exact thing, what you're doing, it's ultimately supporting that and helping that person's life. The fact that you took that $100 or £100, sorry, the difference is that $112 United States. Let's make sure we're doing the right conversions here. That's $100 that helped that guy out. You probably helped him cover a cell phone bill, buy a couple more games for you to stream. It's it's a good thing, and the fact that it's great that you spent the money, but there are other avenues now to help support that. It's in that corner right there. You can see.
Yep, that corner.
That corner up there. Yep.
That corner.
I've often wondered when streamers say I need new equipment or new something else, and they always say dedication to this fund will go to this. Why can't they? I mean, why can't you just buy the game through the channel that they want to stream later in the future? They have a wish list, and you just select and buy it, or you say a few of you are going to club together and buy it. I'm surprised that's not been done yet, or is that something that's going to happen? I wonder. It
could be happening through Twitch. The one problem is through the Twitch app right now. If you buy anything, you can only play it through the Twitch app. Right now, if you look at, say, for the Darkest Dungeon, which you saw earlier, it's full price right now. It's $24 for the base game. Just Darkest Dungeon, no DLC. If you go on Steam right now, you can buy Darkest Dungeon for $9.99 US and buy the expansion DLC for $9.99 US. So for $4 less than what it's being paid for on Twitch, you can get the entire game and the DLC, and also have access to the workshop, which has all the modding and stuff. So you can make your bounty hunters look like Geralt. So, and I know some streamers have done this to talk about. They do create a wish list in Steam. You can create a wish list. You can share. Some streamers will share that wish list. They will have a link in the bottom that says, "This is my wish list of games," and somebody can just buy that and send it to them that way. Much like they do with Amazon.
I have a wish list on Steam. I don't promote it or anything because it's a case of if people on my friends list look at it and they want to, that's up to them. I'm not going to force people because, again, it's a little wish list that I look at and go, okay, I can now spend this. What can I get on this, and this? Because the Steam sale this week that started was a pure case of my wallet looking at me going, "You're going to buy this shit, aren't you?"
I did that.
Because we were talking about it last week.
You guys, I have it's funny because I look at my Steam sale comes up and it goes like, okay, cool, yeah, Steam sale, great, and I go down there and let's look at, and I'm looking right now, top sellers out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, by 4. So 16 top sellers right now. I own 10 of them.
But hell.
It's like me. Bought it, no interest, bought it, no interest, bought it. Oh, look, something that's reasonable. I'll wait till there's a better sale than 20%.
Yeah,
Bought it.
Yeah.
It's like PUBG, own it. Grand Theft Auto 5, own it. Witcher 3, own it. Nier, not really too interested in it. Not for 41. Black Desert Online, own it. Doom, own it. Civilization, own it. Fallout 4, own it. Dishonored 2. And $20 is good, but I may wait to see if bundling the DLC when it comes out a little bit later this year. The Steam Link, I don't want that. Planet Coaster, interesting. Rocket League, own it. Dragon's Dogma, not a good game. The Hitman series,
Very good.
Own it.
no, it's like the Hitman, the new Hitman that they did in episodes.
See, whereas Mr. Smith was also saying, he goes, donation goals are a bit easier because you don't know your fellow followers well enough to club together. Also, people who can only donate small amounts can still contribute to that goal.
Very true, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to set that up on my stream. Keep forgetting.
So
Get off with
I
the stream.
apologize.
Oh, things I need to do.
Put that right after get Kanban board.
Get Kanban board. Set goals on Kanban board.
It's more like get Kanban board. Step 2, step 3, profit. What's step 2? Step 2?
Step 2, we haven't got that far. We're going to make this shit up as we go along.
So, step 2 is getting caught being an underpants gnome and leaving them in a bar toilet.
No, step 2 is sponsored by Iron Brew. That's step 2.
So step 4 will be James. What have you been playing this week?
I've been playing Darkest Dungeon. Played a little bit more of that. This game's hard, very hard. Mainly because I find myself, I'm kind of stuck in one of those things where I'm in a loop where I'm not making enough money, so people are getting stressed. So I either have to send stressed people out to get more stressed, to stress themselves out to the point where they have heart attacks and die, or I have to send underlevel people into missions that they're too underlevel for, so they get stressed and they get too stressed and die, and I have to quit out of the mission and lose money. So I'm kind of like circling this kind of like bad JoJo area going on right now.
Well, you've fast get into that bad JoJo area. You know, was it like, oh, it's going great, and also, crap.
It snuck up on me. That was the problem, because like it was going good, and I had like 1 team, 2 team, kind of building up, and like I was able to start building up towards the 3rd team, but all of a sudden like I had a bad dungeon, and I didn't have enough recovered yet for my 2nd team. My 3rd team wasn't anywhere in state, so it's like, okay, well, I'll mismatch these roles together, and then they didn't gel together as a team, and it just started like going downhill, and it's like, well, shit. And I was like, I don't have enough things to upgrade things. I don't have enough money to de-stress these people. So like you're like, and you're dismissing people, and you're making these tough decisions. Like, well, I spent money on his weapons, armor, and skills, but he's got like 4 bad traits, none of which I can get away with anyway soon. I've already made a financial investment into this guy. Do I keep him around because he's got stuff, or do I get rid of him? And so, you're starting to look at the money that you spent, and you're like, But besides from that, I also bought 3 games on Steam. I'm counting as buying 4 games. Sorry, 4 games in the Steam Summer Sale. I'm counting those because that is potential for gaming. And I've played 1 of them. So the 4 games I bought were Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Skylands Bedlam, Planetary Annihilation Titans. Any of these ring a bell yet, guys?
Boo.
Wolfenstein: The New Order,
A good spend.
and the DLC. And then the game I've been playing a lot of that Will is going to laugh at, and I'm probably going to stream a little bit tonight. Motorsport Manager.
I've been toying about getting that one, so I may watch you.
It's fine, yeah. As I put it, let's have James try to learn to play F1. And it's great. So I'm like, I'm going to be the motorsport manager. That I like jump right into the game. They're like, there's the GT series and the F1 series. I'm like, I know nothing about GT, so fuck it. Let's go into the F1 series. Let's make that work. And they're like, do you want to create your own team or do you want to join a team that says create your own team? This is not, not recommended right off the bat. I said, create my own team. Fuck all of the rules. I'll do it that way. It's like, this is the most difficult way to do this, James. No, it's fine. I got this. How tough could it be?
It's for you, Bowser.
I don't have Iron Brew, but I would be showing.
I feel left out.
I know.
It should have been told to me that I needed to get a can of Iron Brew.
We're Team Cola, I guess.
Yeah,
we're Team Coke.
Actually, I'm also
fucking Maverick too.
Fucking Maverick.
Pepsi Max as well.
It's not like West Side Story. Not two, Hercules and myself wandering around with brew and you Pepsi and all that.
I've also been priming Warhammer models, so
it's a different drink for a different occasion.
Different drink for occasion. for when you want to go to the ER.
And just to cut in, just before we carry on, Bowser, my family has their own tartan. This is true. This is absolutely true. We do have our own tartan. But yeah, sorry, James, carry on.
Yeah, Motorsport Manager. So I've created Tig Whippy's Racing. And nice. I wanted to at least get through year 1 of it before I started streaming it. So it's like, you build up, because you start off with crappy drivers, crappy car, no facilities, and a chairman that gives you $16 million. And where am I? I'm in race. I just finished race 6. The highest I've ever placed was 3rd. The team rank is 9th, but I told them I'd finish 10th out of 10 teams. So that objective is going to be completed. And I just asked the chairman for $2 million more because I may or may not have went on a spending spree. I hired a whole new staff, a new driver, and I've built a lot of parts, one of which is a part that has a low risk of getting caught because it's a not legal specification part.
So you can actually bend the rules in the game?
Yes, you can. And they actually have rules that come up. So they have votes that come up that says, do you want to have wider, slicker tires? Do you want to change this course in the last leg of the next year? Do you want to allow, I have it so that your fins on the car are stock. But one of the votes that came up says, do you want to be able to allow your engineers to adjust them and make your own fins? And that vote got voted down. Because it wouldn't help all the teams. And, every team has an idea. Also, when it comes to, recruiting people, they have, they'll show their contract, and they'll say, okay, these are my contracts, this is what's important to me. And then, unlike a FIFA game or a Major League Baseball game where you just keep throwing numbers at them, they have an insult meter. And if you basically don't hit or you insult them with how low your offer, if you fill up, that bar, which is, usually 3 to 4 ticks, they won't talk to you anymore. They'll just say, that's ridiculous, you undershot me, I'm not talking to you anymore. So, there's, the whole kind of, you have to manage your people, manage the morale. As your engineers work with drivers, they get, they fix parts quicker and stuff, so it's a slow build-up. But, yeah, for me, it's, once again, it's not the fact that it's a racing game, because, let's put it this way, when it comes to my race management skills, they're like, oh yeah, you can run the car fat. You run the tires conservatively, low, conservative, normal, high, attack. You can run your engine on conservative, normal, high, and overtake. And they're like, okay, so how do you want to start the race, James? I'm like, well, it's a wet track. I know we're on wet tires right now. It's supposed to rain. We're going to go to intermediates a little bit later. It's supposed to be wet track for the majority of the day, so grip is going to be very difficult. So we're going to go attack and overtake the entire time because fuck it. Pedal to the metal. Got to go fast. If you ain't first, you're last.
So basically, you will see car parts flying everywhere.
Oh yeah, one of my drivers crashed because of it and took out 4 other cars.
Did somebody say gotta go fast?
Gotta go fast, like Sonic fast.
Fast.
But but it was a strategic maneuver on my part because I told my sponsors that I would finish above 14th place, and by knocking out all of those drivers, the worst I could finish was 14th place. So I sacrificed one of my drivers crashing that group so that my other driver would at least finish above where I would get money from my sponsor.
Guaranteeing.
That's never happened in F1 team rules.
Yeah.
Not once.
No.
Not a single
No, not
time.
twice. Not twice either. Maybe a few times.
But I will say that the modding community for Motorsports Manager is already great. They have this group which is called ICE. They've done it for FIFA. Sorry, not for FIFA. For Football Manager and Baseball Manager, where they actually have gone through and added all of the sponsors from F1, all of the drivers from the various F1 leagues, and all of the racing, all the cars, all the sponsorships. You can drive Team Ferrari and whoever races for Ferrari. You can drive Mercedes and Bobby Hamilton? Am I right? Lewis Hamilton. I knew it was Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton.
You're always that.
That's like the one person I know because Real Sports did a piece on him.
And you're like, I don't know anybody else on this. It's like,
So what I've actually been looking for, and I've been looking through all the mods, and I'm hoping it's in one of the sponsorship mods, because if it is, we are going to have the T Whippy's Racing's car sponsored by Iron Brew. F1 racing car.
Bright orange car.
not sponsors.
Just Iron Brew on the side of it. No, it's Tig Whippy's red and blue and black. But no, hashtag sponsored, not sponsored, Iron Brew Racing.
I may have just got Grand Prix manager.
With the thing, mate, you bought it. You bought it as we were talking.
Yeah, the Motorsport Manager.
It has been there, but I've just seen the price. I thought I'm not spending £24 on it, but for £8, whatever it was.
Did you get the Did you get the GT Series DLC?
No, I just got the standard game, so I don't think it would last that long with me. I'll probably play it for about 6 months, and then that'll be it. And it won't be permanent, like on 6 months. It'll be like, oh, this will be my Saturday evening street gaming or something like that, where I just want to chill.
Go into it because one of the free DLCs is create your own team. So if you want to create your own team, that's kind of the best way to start. Because they're like, yeah, you can join an existing team of these teams that don't actually exist. And I'm like, nah, it's not how we do this.
It's like, we don't want to do that. We want to start from scratch. We want to be Team Haas. How does the actual racing bit work? Is it like sort of like a championship manager bit where you actually see the race in progress?
You see the race in progress. Yeah, no, you watch the race in progress. You can either watch it from a 2D or a 3D angle. And then you're making decisions in real time, when to pit, when to change over tires. They usually give you, like, depending on how good your forecast center is and stuff, you'll know what the weather report is going to be, so you can see it's going to get hotter, so I need to worry about working my tires less because my tires will get too hot and wear too quick. You know, I have yet to manage the fuel very well. I have had a car in 3rd place run out of fuel a quarter of the way down the lap and then end up in 10th place because gas. That's a thing you need to manage. But once again, gotta attack all the time. Just gotta attack and overtake.
So you got to have that certain over part of the fuel right at the end. Otherwise, you get penalised as well.
They don't
because of this new hybrid era.
Yeah, it's not in this one. They also do, and I think Will, you'll enjoy this too. You also do the practice round. So you'll have a practice thing, and as you do your practice, you can tweak your down push, your grip, your tires, your suspension, and then you can start finding the sweet spot based on how the track plays. And so, like, as you do that, like, it affects how well it's you. Like, you know, your car will start at X, and then you can get better percentage build out to that, and you only have like 11 minutes to go around the track a couple times to figure that out. So that has that whole back engineering, and then once you've got that figured out, you can also make those adjustments in mid game. You can also repair parts because as things degrade, you can repair parts. But then when you pit, that obviously takes seconds off, and the more seconds you do that, I know the one race I won. We started in second and third because we were 18th and 20th in the poll standings. And what my strategy was is that I my person who first got it into a huge ahead, and I just had my second driver just back up everybody else. Like, they were just conservative and held everybody else back while that guy got as much of a lead as he could, and he would pit and just pit, and then when I was like, okay, full on gas, let's not do the tires, because you can be aggressive with your pits, so it takes time off, but there's a chance they could screw up and make it worse. So I got third place because that, yeah. So there is actual strategies. It's not like, get all the set, press a button, and then tells you the result. No, you've got to manage the race, and then depending on the race length too. I'm doing short races, so races will be anywhere from 13 to 19 laps. But if you do long races, they'll do them as high as 50 laps. So you've got to manage it through 50 laps.
Yeah, so you're looking at an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Proper Formula One races.
Yeah.
But
so it's a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and you have to pay for traveling there. Like, everything's accounted for. Paying the racers, drivers, bonuses, signing bonuses, sponsor bonuses, traveling there, where you place. The higher you place, the more marketable your team becomes. The more marketable your team becomes, the better sponsors you can get to earn more money. It's interesting.
God, I'm going to go apeshit over this game because I don't know if any of you guys saw it. When I was playing Division a couple of weeks ago on a stream, I basically spent practically half an hour to 45 minutes just modding guns, getting the best gun I could find with what I had, because I had found one of my favourite guns. Not my favourite guns per se, but favourite guns within the game. And I just went kind of like stats mad, trying to iron it out. This I would probably spend. It's no longer a lazy game. I'll probably come from downstairs, put my girls to sleep, sit down in front of this, screw the TV. I'm playing this for 3 hours.
And it's got good music too.
And then I'm going to race the game.
Yeah, no, there's like scouting of it. You can scout drivers, you can learn their techniques, you can scout other teams, you can buy contracts out to buy other drivers off other teams. There's a lot going on in this game.
It sounds like really good and worth it.
To answer Bowser's question, I think the Crash Bandicoot game is worth the buy. The remake.
Yeah.
Confession. Not played the first time round.
Is it worth the buy? Yes, I would say so. However, and I'll get into this when I talk about my stuff.
Well, why don't you start talking about your stuff, Will? Because I'm done.
Okay.
Perfect segue.
Best handover ever.
Boom! Nailed it. I'm done for the night, guys. I did it.
Best segue, top segue.
Top segue, 10 out of 10. Would segue again.
So Crash Bandicoot, the remastered. Today, I played about 6 hours worth of remastered because Tom, who's part of the Tig Whippy family, challenged me this week to a joint stream to see in that time who could get furthest in the games. And it starts off well, it starts off easy enough. You start playing through and you think, yeah, these levels are easier than I remember it. And you get to about 6, 7 levels in, and then the little moments start creeping in that are awkward and to stop you in your tracks. And then you get to the levels that stop you in your tracks and leave you there for, depending on how well you're playing them, either like 10 minutes like Tom, close to half hour, 45 minutes if you're me, including one of them, which is like a drawbridge. That you're going across, and there's things on there like, you've got boars on there blocking your way, you've got turtles which you have to use the shells to jump over the gaps in there in the actual bridge, otherwise you fall through it. You get to a certain point where you're so frustrated that you hear that Tom decided to jump on the rope and thought, oh, I landed on there, and you're going, I wonder if I can run across it. Oh yeah, yes I can. So I kind of cheesed it when Crash didn't fall off randomly, which was effective.
Which, watching that, your coordination, Will, that was making you fall off, because there were specific things that happened when you fell off. And it was always if your feet weren't kind of centered on it.
Yeah.
You always fell off if you landed on your right foot or your left foot.
Because one of the times I thought, when I was trying to do this and getting more and more frustrated, I was like, hang on, if I can keep falling off to my left here, why don't I go on the right and then just go along? I did.
I just never Googled cheats for the level.
I didn't. Here's the funny thing.
I think he's taking a jab at Tom.
Possibly. Possibly because Tom just went straight through, and he completed the first crash on that in about just under 5 hours. I'm probably about 5 levels away from completing it. So it's like I can try and blame my age for it. I'm not as fast as I was when I was younger when I played it the first time. But no, it was me being shit. But there's no other way around it. It was me playing shit. And as you said earlier as well, Herman, that Mrs. Smith has just said, it's not cheating, it's creative gameplay.
It's innovation.
Damn right.
I've gone back to some old games. I've been surprised. I remember having frustration and going like, oh, can I got to do this, but it takes ages to do. And I can't remember what game it was. And I aced it the first time. Yeah, the first mission. It was Deus Ex, Liberty Island mission. Went straight through, not a single problem. Complete silent takedown. No one died. Never done that ever. I was actually thinking, is it because, like you say, we're older, we can do the games better now? We've played better games, or more advanced games, should I say? Our coordination is a little bit better.
I think it may also be because there's like muscle memory on some of the games that you've played in the past. That you just see, your body just seems to remember and you just go through. I mean, especially the first level of Crash. I went through it in about a couple of minutes tops.
Well, I find that the broader the variety of games you play, the more you add to your gaming toolbox, and especially having played a whole bunch of games when you're younger, your gaming toolbox is going to be rough, but usable across the board. You basically brute force your way through games. As I looked back onto many of my experiences after playing games, after replaying games, noticing like, oh, here's a bunch of nuance that I never knew before when I was little, that I very clearly understand as an adult. So I think, for example, in your instance with Deus Ex, you're not going forward quickly. You're actually like the small amount of patience required to make a move there. I think you actually have now versus when you're younger, maybe not so much. I remember going through Splinter Cell and just being absolutely abysmal because in hindsight, I was very impatient. But playing a stealth game now, it's like, oh, I have 45 minutes to wait for this guy to turn around, and I will wait every second of that.
That's why you're better at Battlegrounds, isn't it? Because you can hide.
Oh yeah, no, I'm also good at hiding. I'm really good at that because in Halo, a high action game, I played stealthy, and it worked very well for me. So in high action games, I know how to stealth.
Going back all those years, Doom and the first Quakes and everything else, I was quite action orientated. I would say in the last 20 years, I have been more stealth orientated. Bide my time, wait, figure it out, then kill the sods with sniper shots or blades. Sneak up.
Gauntlet kills.
But I actually put that down to age. Am I being more sensible about my killing? Yeah.
You're a more ethical murderer.
Yes.
But hey, the camper works in Battlegrounds, so it's not a bad thing.
It's a legitimate strategy.
Actually, very specifically, Bowser, I'm not really a camper. I blitz the shit out of things when I see them. but when I don't, I sit still. I'm more of a turret gameplay. when you're fighting me, you'll know I'm there. When you're not, no clue.
That's one of my ethics of camping is kill people in that zone, then move very quickly, or one person, then move very quickly to a new zone.
Yep,
Covering the old zone to watch those people converge on where you were, and then shoot them there. Just listening to the rage somehow just brings a tear to my eye.
It's a beautiful. It's what I live for.
In Battleground, speaking of that, I played some more today with Ian Higdon. And the end of the game, because for some reason, I got into the Jeep first, so I was driving, which is a bad idea in the first place. But we got caught out by it must have been about 2 people were shooting at us. So I tried to get away, but they hit the engine, and so for the last game of the stream that he was doing, we died, all of us, because the car just went bang, blew up. It took us all out. It was almost like a Baywatch ending. When you go previously on Baywatch and you see the car just fly over a cliff and it just explodes, it goes. That was how it ended. Other ones I'll talk about because there's plenty on streams I've done, so you can watch them there rather than me going about them, because there's some good highlights in there as well. Like my first ever unboxing of an 8-pack of sponsored Iron Brew.
Hashtag sponsored, not sponsored Iron Brew.
One of the, because I went back and double dipped on in the Steam summer sale after we spoke about it in the episode 50 of the podcast. I bought the rest of the Star Wars collection that I didn't have, which included Dark Forces. Oh, that game! It's actually getting it started, so you controls. And there is one question I want to ask yourselves afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I start the game up, full screen, no problem. If someone talks to us and I have to come out of the game and try to go back in, it doesn't full screen anymore. It's like there's something missing in the DOS boot. Yeah, it's like a little small
thing.
Yeah,
I do
right
that with my
corner.
Doom. I force it into the small section so that I can actually go and talk to people or the chat or anything like that. Because it changes the settings on my screen, so if I have the chat set up, it'll just throw the chat off to the side, and I won't be able to actually read it. So I make sure that I force it into the small box.
Yeah. But it doesn't fully cover the smaller box. It just like a little small corner of the small box. It does. So it's something I'm going to have to look at, but I don't know where to look at to change it.
Yeah, there's some settings in the DOSBox thing itself that you can change.
Yeah, in the configuration file, yeah. I've played the... Have you got the old Dark Forces from Steam?
Yeah, with box.
I've played the original box set one, and I had the same problem. So it looks like it is a problem that has got through. Where you come out of it, you play it full screen. But mind you, I play most games now windowed mode, just because of that. I've had trouble alt-tabbing out stuff.
See, I don't really have trouble alt-tabbing out. It's just when you're trying to get back in, it's like this really tiny screen. So you're like, I could play it. It's awkward. And it's one of those games where you can use a controller, but the actual movement is just on one stick rather than the two to move the camera around. So you're kind of getting your head back around that. And the controller setup is old style, so it's not like the set bit of you've got your R2, you fire, you aim, and all that usual. It's messed around a little bit, so it's getting your head back around that. It's weird. It's this weird little game that I seem to remember playing on the PS1, but I don't know whether it's nostalgia and looking through those glasses again. It just seems different this time to what I was playing. But speaking of nostalgia, and the other 2 bits I'm going to talk about was I've started playing Serious Sam: The First Encounter on HD. Now, going through it, started out thinking this is quite nice. It's quite simple. It's quite it's going quite well. Because when I played it years ago, I played it at a mate's house, just briefly. And one of the bits he showed us was outside Memphis, where you're heading towards Memphis, and you think you're just getting bombarded by the headless rocketeers and the horses. And I remembered that from when I played it years ago, and I'm playing through the first few levels and going, hang on, this seems a lot easier than I thought, because I don't remember this oncoming horde that there would just seem no way of getting out of. And then I did appear in Memphis, and then they came, and then they kept coming. And then they kept coming. Like, this is it. This is what I remember. Oh shit, I'm dead. Dead. But I love it.
I've seen a couple of people stream it, and when they said, "Oh, I played this years ago," and stuff like that, and they're going like, "Oh god, I remember this bit. I remember." Oh no, you see if they got a camera, you see the whites of their eyes and the face go white, going like, "Oh," and then they die for the 6th, 7th time, and they're apologising in stream, says, honestly, I can do this, and you see the rage setting in.
Yeah, it's like, I must do this, because otherwise it's going to be a long stream of just one level. But yeah, so Serious Sam, I really want to go play through the rest of them, because that is fun, and it sucks that I took so long to start playing them, but I'm going to make up for lost time. And finally, the one I'm going to talk about was Micro Machines, the World Tour series. I got it a day early from Amazon. As we found out from Amazon, who asked me a question. It's like, can you help us? It's like, okay, let's have a look at the message. Can you drive around the toilet seat, because I like rimming?
It's even better when they ask you questions like that in full honesty, and then you think, did you just say that? Are you saying this out in... Are you being really, really naive here? Did you not think about going on to Urban Dictionary and just saying what you've... Just research?
Yeah. Oh no, this is legit. This is like, I think the person who did this knew exactly what they were saying, and it's just Amazon, the algorithms and the Amazon questions bit. Yeah, did not catch it in any way, shape, or form, and just sent it out because I purchased Micro Machines as a pre-order. That's what it would have clicked and linked, and it's like, just reading that first thing in the morning, you just go, really? But the game, which I played, I got it the day before, and before its official release, which is nice of Amazon to do that. That's the first proper time they've done that. However, something went wrong with my PS4 when playing it, because I played it for a little bit. It's online only, so there's no single player campaign in there. It's just literally racing against people to build up to like level 10. You can do ranked races and elimination bits. So I turned my PS4 off after playing a few races, and then within like 15 seconds my PS4 turned itself back on and ejected the disc.
Trying to get it to work.
Hey,
Everything went dark.
so then I took the disc out, put it back in.
I can't hear a single thing.
Oh, experimenting. But yeah, so it did it again.
On stream, I'm split all over the place. It's like
The Hurgleman auxiliary cam is active.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's gone different.
Yeah. Maybe if you go sideways with it.
So yeah, so my PS4 was acting up really, really strangely. I'm not sure whether it was a glitch because of the new firmware or not, but it centered around Micro Machines. I took the disc out, put like Dirt 4 in, worked fine, no problem at all. Made no sense. But yes, Micro Machines is fun. It's like the old days. Really, really good. If you have it, we should need to set up, a community stream, and let's do that. Let's play some of that. And that's pretty much what I've been playing. I would have said to go to Hergelman, but but at the moment, Hergelman is experiencing some technical difficulties.
I don't even know if I should try to fix it. There, dip. That's. We're good. I'm gonna do the auxiliary backup that I have for these exact type of situations.
Okie dokie.
You got the name JPEG.
It's just gonna transform, edit transformation.
We shall have some holding music. Well, you're right. Do 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 do.
God.
There we go. That's the fix. It's done.
So you got 2 of me on the stream.
Nah, it's better. You'll see
it's
it fixed.
Ah, there we are. Yeah.
So while Hergelman has disappeared, I think that's pretty much towards the end of the show, apart from shout outs and where you can find us. So, Simmer, have you got any shout outs, mate?
Oh, good lord. Have I? Not really.
There you go. This is that.
If I start naming them, I have to finish them. And there's a fair few, so putting them all down would not be the best. I mean, Danny Con, the Danny Con show on Twitch, you could say my stream partner, definitely a shout out to him, because we stream together on Friday nights, sometime after 7 o'clock to sometime near 9 o'clock, and we normally play Rocket League. We're going to try and get Gauntlet back in, as in not the original Gauntlet, the remastered Gauntlet. We've played, what was it, Broforce. That's been our best game because we've had such a laugh with that. And those are the type of games we like, where you just sit down with a mate, you have a laugh. As in the good olden days when social gaming, you sat next to each other.
Back in the day, when I was on the couch and I couldn't move because me arthritic knees.
I'm not that old. Yes, I may have played some games like Sensible Soccer with my brothers many moons ago. I still play it now, actually.
See, old.
Yes, old. Yes, thank you. Shadow Stalker Wings. Well, now Shadow Stalker or Shadow 5 Talker. But it's just a shame with his life at the moment. He just can't. It's just working life. He's working out, so he just can't get to stream. So, if he can get on this weekend, I'd like to see him stream because it's such a laugh watching him. Whatever he plays, he makes humour out of it somehow. Makes it funny. And that's basically going to be it.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, anyone else? I'd have to spend half an hour. And
fair enough. I want to say thank you to the people who have subbed to us this week. That's been rather humbling and really nice, and I appreciate every single one of them since the subs happened. And also, I do want to say as well, shout out to Kimberly, the patron saint.
Patron saint of Tick with Bees.
For she is awesome.
Who I don't think was able to join us this evening. Did she make it? Did she not make it? I don't think
she's with us here.
Always, of course.
Here, I had to move the foot.
But is she there over on that screen? The answer is that is a-okay if she is not. But she did not make it today, but that's okay. We expected this to begin with. We had a discussion. But yes, I came in just in time to also thank you guys for subbing. What the fuck is happening on that screen, James?
I'm fixing the mess that you created.
I'm sorry, I didn't create it. Connecticut Light and Power fucking created it. Hashtag not sponsored. But if you guys want to sponsor us, we're happy to take it. We're happy to just shave like $20 off my electric bill. It's fine.
Hashtag shameless plugs. So you guys got any shout outs, James?
What?
I've got games I played.
Yeah, let's let him do that.
I was going to finish off the shout outs and go back to him.
My shout outs is, hey Chris, what games have you played?
Thank you, James. Thank you so much.
Dude, you're doing there it goes.
I was doing the will. Yep. All right. So games I've been playing. Doom. It's fucking hard. Playing it on nightmare mode. I'm taking a little break right now, but I'll get back to it eventually. What? Iron Brew hashtag sponsored, not sponsored.
They're tribbles. They're multiplying.
Oh god, that sounds delightful. If they were not empty, if they were full, that'd be better. Or even half full. I'll take half full tribbles of Iron Brew. Played a lot of Doom. We got through the first campaign on nightmare mode, and oh my god, it was painful. I have never saved so much in a game in my life, and I've never gotten so salty about 1 HP dips before. If I go under 50 HP, I'm like, no, I can't. I gotta go back. I gotta go get it again, so I have at least 51, because I know I'll get shot by the one stupid pistol guy for 50 damage. The second story is a lot easier, as far as surviving goes. As far as getting to the objectives, it's just as bad, if not worse. But there's a lot less zombie soldiers, which means I can actually dodge things and I can actually survive. Because the first one was just pistol and shotgun zombies everywhere, and just no imps, no pinkies, no anything that throws anything that has a time for you to dodge. It's just instant damage, hit scans everywhere. So that was very rough. I played a little bit of Overwatch with if I can hit my mic cables, with another friend who invited me to play and covered the cost of my first month of Final Fantasy XIV, Kura Makaya, which I will post that in the chat at a later point. Feel free to swing by and indulge in her channel. As far as other things, I'm starting to play some horror games. I've been craving something different, so I picked up a bunch of things. And oh my god, Bendy and the Ink Machine! I'm so excited for the next chapter. Ooh, the first chapter was a delightful little snippet. It was very brief, but it got me on edge, and it pulled me in a direction that I wasn't expecting. What happened with that, and not really a spoiler because it's literally 5 minutes of gameplay for it, and there's more chapters coming up. Speaking of, first chapter is free. Next chapter is $2 right now. Pick it up. Great game. Gonna play that later. But you go in and you're a cartoonist for a group who makes these cartoons about a character named Bendy. And the CEO of the company's been going batshit insane and has this giant ink machine that I think produces ink. However, you keep going down further in, you hear a thing like, "Oh, I think the old codger is crazy. He just keeps doing this shit and keeps telling us to, bring sacrifices to the gods so that the cartoons are successful. But whatever, he pays well, so I'm gonna keep doing it." And you go further in, and you look down a hallway, and you see one of the cartoon characters, full size as a person, strapped onto a table that's upright with his rib cage spread open and organs missing. And it's that was not a twist I expected initially. Now I'm going to expect that to come back to life and haunt me, because there's a switch right next to it. So I gotta And then that's not the case, and it's very terrifying what actually happened. Not really terrifying. It's very jump scare-y for that one moment, but it's good. It's good. It's fun. The art style is beautiful. It's done like a 3D cel-shaded old-timey cartoon almost. It's halfway between a level of realism and a level of cel shade. So if you wanted to find some screen caps sometime or take a look at the video on the Steam page, go ahead. It's good. I finished Stories Untold, and our fine friends at Devolver Digital stopped in for a little bit, said hello, and
shit-eating grin. They said hello and shit-eating grin.
Yep.
Oh, yum.
Yep, gave us a yum poop. That game was really good. I really wanted it to take more of a supernatural twist than the mundane twist it did. But you guys can play it for yourself, or you can watch my playthrough. I don't think I had any music playing, so I think it is all the way VODed and everything, so you can check that out as well. Or you can also probably watch Regis Castus play it, so there's another shout out for you in my shout out Let's Play Games thing. Very good thing. Very good game. Very good find. This is good. If you like puzzles, that is. I've got some other games that I have lined up for tomorrow night and Monday night, so I'm gonna do a few more of those before going back. Monday. And maybe Sunday I may actually make an emote.
I have to
I
talk.
will also do that later.
Stream making an emote.
They have this whole creative section.
They do. I use it very frequently for things that are not really creative, like programming.
I used it once for editing the podcast. People got to sit there and watch me turn the video version into an audio version.
It's just a rendering, just one shot of rendering.
Pretty much, it was just music rendering and just me just sitting there, just like, all right, let's just talk to chat for like 30 minutes while this thing renders.
Yeah, Felix the Cat meets Saw. That's a fairly reasonable depiction.
Even Spider, who's a friend of the show and friend of Volva Digital, he did a creative stream of doing an emote. Because he was saying about the hat he was wearing, the character was wearing, looked a bit like a condom. It's like, yeah, it's a random stuff like that that just makes Spider's streams worth watching. And also another big shout out to Kimberly, because I forgot she was playing with us on Killing Floor 2.
Oh, that's right.
She came and joined us at the community day on Tuesday. This is really cool. So is that it? Is that all your games you've been playing, matey?
Yeah, more or less.
And the shoutouts, and
the shoutouts.
We're good to go.
Fucking, did I have another shout out? I feel like I had another shout out. Girl with Yellow Spoon. Throw that one out there. Good streamer. Good streamer for in about like 3 hours typically is when that stream goes up.
Is she California?
She's Cali. She's late night Cali, and so then it cycles through, which is why I like doing that, because when I'm done streaming, she starts streaming, and then when she stops streaming, Lard sometimes starts streaming.
So
it's a good cycle.
If the mood takes us, it's just like,
yeah,
I just want to stream for a bit, you know.
Yeah.
Mr. Smith, welcome back, and thank you.
Also, yes, very much so. Welcome back.
Yes.
Glad to have you.
We've missed you, man.
Let us know when you want to come on the show again, because you were on the show once, right?
No.
Or is that different, Mr. Smith?
That was Mr. Steven that was on the show.
It's too many misters. Mr. Smith, if you want to be on the show, let me know. I just can't. It's too many shows. Too many.
Yes, it's far too many. We need to separate them.
I know. I'm having flashbacks to the board game.
Or the 50 Shades board game.
50 Shades Grey board game.
Which you do realise this month when I'm down in loading, I will be looking about that. We'll be bringing that onto the stream. Look at this.
I need pictures of not only that board game, but the pants that were left over as well.
The pants are on Lucy's Twitter feed. They're there. The picture is there.
Hang on, let's back this one up here. There is an actual board game of 50
Shades of Grey,
Shades
yes.
of Grey.
In episode 50, there is a 45-minute commentary on all of us about the 50 Shades of Grey board game. And expansion pack, which is called the Velvet Room. Or the Red Room, one of the two.
The Red Room, which is terrible. That's a terrible thing to name anything.
Anytime you name it a red room, it's a room that's red. That's it. Any other time, no. Terrible. Or worst thing ever. So, all I really need to say is, where can people find you? So, Simmer, where can they find you, Meaty?
Everywhere. Well, Twitter, Desktop Summer. Twitch, Desktop Summer. Steam, Desktop Simmer. PSM, Desktop Simmer 75, because I can't remember any of the details I gave when I had the PS3, or still got the PS3, it's only just there. For that account, what email I used, passwords, anything, so I couldn't be bothered, so I went to 75. And that's it. That's
because of 74 more others there. Anyway,
it's nothing to do with the year 1975 at all.
Well, thankfully it wasn't 1979. Otherwise, you could have a crack commando unit.
Oh.
Yeah,
but I'm not in Los Angeles.
But you escaped and you survived as a soldier of fortune.
I'm not a soldier of fortune. An expensive merc. with very little morals.
Okay, no. See, an expensive merc, we call those private military contractors because at that point you're paying for a fancy name.
Mm-hmm.
Hergelman, where can they find you, matey?
Well, you can find me anywhere and everywhere as Hergelman. YouTube.com/Hergelman, but don't go there because it's abandoned. Twitch.tv/Hergelman. Do go there, it's not abandoned. Twitter.com/Hergelman. Go there. I don't know what it is, but it's there. And I do have a Facebook page that I don't touch either. You can check it out. Facebook.com/Hergelman. But also abandoned because, let's be honest, Facebook makes you pay to try and get out to people at all. So you can find me as Hergelman.
And you can find me as Lad Teammaker across the board, apart from Steam, which is PSN_Lad Teammaker. But yeah, that's pretty much where you can find me. But you can also find me as part of the Game Won't Play itself on YouTube, even though that's the archive stuff. We don't do live stuff on there. No, we don't do live stuff there. The archive stuff goes there. And also here on Twitch, which alongside James, you can find him as...
I'm Tig Whippies. That's where I do the things. Tig Whippies. That's hashtag.
You're gonna have to stop, just like I'm Tig Whippies, and then stop the stream right there.
I'm Tig Whippies. So I will tell everybody I will do that when I have a soundboard set up, because when I do that I have to have this scream from NCIS Miami set up, so it's like I'm Tig Whippies, yeah! Dun, 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 and it just like flash it just boom, the Game Won't Play itself logo comes up, and that's just it. The stream ends. I don't have that set. The fact that we have music at the start of a stream and the fact that we can end it without anything exploding is yeah. So yeah, I'm Tig Whippies. You'll find me here in about 20 minutes playing Motorsport Manager, maybe less. Depends on how much I need to get food and caffeine, and we'll stop the streams just so I can have a reasonable vodcast jump. But we'll be right back here with Motorsport Manager, maybe World of Warcraft after that if I get too bored.
I like the immediate look of shame. Maybe World of Warcraft.
Maybe World of Warcraft. Hey, it's summer, which means I need to find something to do when I'm hiding from the sun indoors.
It's true, which is why you should start leveling your Final Fantasy character.
I have a level 35 Dragoon on a server already.
Level up faster.
You didn't tell me what server you're on. So I don't know what you're to level.
I didn't do that.
So I'm like, where do I level? And you're like, I play Final Fantasy. Cool, where do I level? Chris?
Oh yeah, no, because you asked me and then I had to go, actually do things in life. I think that was actually... that was a few days ago, actually.
He's like, here, shiny things.
I think it may have been the day where I had to just go fucking apeshit on my real job.
I just have to go. Alright, well, maybe Final Fantasy 15 or 14 later. Anyways, good night, Canada.
Good night. Thank you very much, Sim, for joining us. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you very much, Avery, and good night all.
And so, Chris, what server is it?
Mateus.
I ended the stream with it. You didn't get to